Hi everyone, my name is Rodney. I'm here with BoardGameGeek. It's SPIEL 2019. I've been joined by Jane and Richard Deming, and you're with Medusa Games, and you've brought a game with you here called Tinker Tailor. Tell me about this.
Yes, that's right. So Tinker Tailor is a card game. You're collecting sets of things.
Yes.
And it's actually the second edition. We bought one out a few years ago, but since then we have made the character cards considerably larger,
Yes.
which enable us to have much more detailed artwork.
Right, right.
And also we have a two-player version which wasn't in there before, and overall we've refreshed it and also tightened up the rules a little bit.
Okay, so a few little adjustments. People who played it before might be a little different in these rules. Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, what's the general idea of the game? What are we trying to do here?
So this is a game where you're trying to collect sets of goods,
Yeah.
which are here. We have 5 types of goods. So we have bread, which is the most numerous but the cheapest and the least valuable. Then we have fish as well, which you can't see one there. There'll be one around somewhere.
And you get a variety of different goods, right? And different rarities
cloth,
on them.
wine, and gemstones. All the way to gemstones, which are the rarest but most valuable.
Sure.
We've also got money here as well. So collectively, we call this the market.
Right.
Place. And the idea of the game is you're going to be collecting sets of these things. So if you look at the numbers that are on here, if with this wine, if I was to be able to collect 8 wine cards, it would be worth 72.
This is the scoring potential here, right?
Exactly.
Okay,
So.
gotcha.
Bread is the worst, and gems the best.
Get me 8 gems, I get 90 points.
Gems. But there are only 9 gems cards in the deck.
Okay.
So
There's an
more
awful lot of
difficult to
bread.
do.
I'll have a lot of bread, okay.
Okay, so the way you are collecting these cards is by playing roles. And the roles are based on the nursery rhyme Tinker Tailor.
Okay, so we have the roles listed here.
An expanded version. We found various versions online. So what will happen in the game is you will be choosing one of these role cards.
Yeah.
So that's the Tailor, for instance.
Tailor. And the Tailor here as an example can take any one goods card from the market. So if you had that available to you, you might be grabbing that gemstone that we spoke about earlier. And there are 17 different role cards in it. So what we're going to do is talk through very quickly a round of play to explain, to show the demonstration.
Does everyone start with a hand of these?
No. What's going to happen is...
So if you have 3 players, then the market has 5 goods, survive money, so 3 plus 2, and equally you take the top 5 roll cards, and the first player looks at all 5 and chooses which one they have, and then you pass it round. So I'm looking through these here, and some of these I know are very good. Beggar Man, you might not think is very good because the Beggar Man just gets to take 1 money or 1 bread from each player. But in this particular deck, there's also the Preacher. And the Preacher takes 3 goods, keeps 1, discards 1, but then because he's, thinking about the poor, he also gives 1 to the Beggar Man if they're in the game. So there's interaction between the cards.
So if I see someone's taken the Preacher, I might then be inclined to take the Beggar.
Except you wouldn't know.
It
would be the other way around. I would think, do I want to take the Beggar Man? Well, we've been playing for a while, so people will have bread and money, and the Preacher's in the deck, so maybe somebody will take that one too.
Interesting. Okay.
So every card has different abilities. The Merchant is potentially very powerful. Take as many as you like of the same type of good. But you play the roles. We each pick a card. So I'll take the Merchant.
I'd be looking at these ones. I might like Preacher. Let's choose this one for you.
Sure.
Okay.
And then we read through the line. So Tinker.
So if you have a look at your card.
Tailor.
Yep.
Soldier.
Sailor.
Tailor. Okay.
So
this is also the order in which they play it, right? So I have here, take any 2 adjacent goods cards.
So you can take any 2 that you fancy the next.
Well, I really want this. I don't love the bread so much, but I want the gems. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take some bread.
Okay.
It does say a pirate card counts as adjacent, but you cannot take pirate cards.
So if the pirate is in the game, when the pirate takes goods, you replace it with one of these pirate cards, and that sits there until the next round of the game. So it's blocking some of the spaces. And you might say, why do we have 4 rather than just 2? That's because one of the characters you can play is the actor.
We can take on the role of.
So the actor can play any card that's already gone that round. So that's at the end, so that's why you might have 2 pirates in the game. Okay, so that was Sailor, Rich Man, Poor Man, Beggar Man, Thief, Preacher.
I'm the Preacher. So I would be drawing 3 of these here cards. I would be choosing one. I quite like the look of that wine there. I'll be discarding one and giving one to somebody else. I would check to see if Beggarman was in the game. If not, Beggarman, Poor Man.
Yeah.
Neither are. So I have to give this to another player. So I'll be generous and give you the fish, and the other fish is discarded. Normally.
Couldn't you give me the gems, huh?
No, I'll have the wine I got.
Yeah. All right.
And then that was that one.
Yep.
And then
you have to be left.
I have to be left, which is the merchant. So I can take any goods of a single type. So there's 2 cloth or there's 2 wine. So I think I'll go for the 2 wine.
Okay.
So you basically are just running through like that.
Yeah.
So it's one of these games, there aren't many words on the cards, and you can play it with younger children and so on, because once they know what they're doing, they can just pick from the pictures then they know what's happening, and you just literally do what it says on the card.
So what would happen now is all these cards would go back into the deck.
Yeah.
We would give them a shuffle, and then I would start off again by dealing out 5, and I'd be first player.
Right.
And in a 3-player game, we will play effectively 12 rounds. Your first player 4 times over, and then you would score up.
So, say we played the game, and the way that you score is you get points for a certain type of goods. So
you would put them in their groups, and again, if you had three wine, then you'd get 12 points.
Exactly.
That's right. But then in addition, if you have a complete set of everything, so we have at least one of each of those, then each complete set you have also gets you an extra 10 points.
Okay.
And they count both ways.
So and I assume some of the rolls will allow you to draw these as well?
Yes.
Is that right?
So if we have a quick look at some of the other ones that didn't come up.
So Soldier, for instance, you actually take money.
Right.
Yeah, Soldier
One
takes
of the
money.
cards in the deck is a Jailer, and they just take a money card.
Okay.
But if either the outlaw or the preacher, the pirate or the thief has gone in that go, then you also get to take cards from
so
them.
you have a variety of different roles, but they also interact with each other depending on when they come out together.
Absolutely.
Or not, right? Okay.
So it's one of those games that is relatively simple to play.
Yeah.
But if you do have a 7 or 8 year old who really loves this game and you have to play it every day, there's enough going on that you won't go totally mad.
Play bored to tears, right? You'll be able to enjoy it every time. Okay. So is this something that's available right now?
It is. Yes. It came out.
Absolutely.
It's coming out
We
today,
are,
as it were.
yes, and we are just 2 stands down from you in Hall 5.
Okay. And what if people aren't here and they want to pick it up?
We are. It'll be carried in the UK via the retail stores there, and
available online.
Online, and in America actually, Noble Night Games, which one of the online retailers are taking a bit of stock of it as well.
Well, thank you for giving us a very quick and thorough overview of Tinker Tailor. Appreciate that, and all of you. Thanks for joining us.